The hard worker, not surprising, successful. Brandon Sanderson and the indomitable quill in the sun-drenched hills of Utah. A peculiar silence hung over the Sanderson estate, save, of course, for the rhythmic honking of 15 agitated geese and the steady scratching of chickens in the dirt. The world's most prolific author wasn't in his climate-controlled, high-tech office surrounded by a dozen monitors. Instead, he was perched precariously on a weathered wooden stump in the middle of the yard. At his feet, a startled gander was attempting to resign from its role as an extra, but Brandon didn't blink. In his left hand, he gripped a freshly harvested, just plucked, goose quill. In his right, he wielded a knife sharp enough to make any Mistborn proud. AI. Brandon snorted, expertly whittling the tip of the quill to a lethal point. Please? ChatGPT has no texture. It has no grit. With a flourish, he unrolled a massive sheet of yellowish parchment across his knees. He hadn't touched a laptop all day. In fact, he'd had the power to the main house cut just to properly channel the suffering of a 17th-century monk. If the fans are waiting for the next 5,000-page epic, I have to earn it, he muttered, dipping the quill into a jar of suspiciously dark ink. The kind neighbors whispered was a secret Sanderson home brew. A delivery driver, wandering into the yard, froze by the fence in pure bewilderment. Mr. Sanderson. Wouldn't it be, faster on a keyboard? Brandon looked up, his eyes gleaming with the wisdom of the entire cosmere and just a hint of creative madness. My friend, the keyboard is too fast. If I write on a laptop, I'll accidentally finish the next 3 trilogies by lunch, and then what am I supposed to do until dinner? But this way, when I have to fight the wind and the dulling nib for every single letter, I might actually manage to stretch the workday out until my afternoon snack. At that exact moment, a red hen strutted over and took a calculated peck at the author's shoelaces. Brandon simply smiled and used the quill to scribble a quick note in the margin. Chapter 14, The Invasion of the Feathered Beasts. Vital. That's how things go in Utah. No algorithms, no machines, just a man, a knife, and a backyard full of vengeful poultry. Because Brandon Sanderson doesn't just write fantasy, he lives it.